have read all of the blogs and scrolled through all of the socials to try and figure out your baby's sleep, but let me guess, it is still a disaster and you don't know what's wrong. These are the 3 most powerful sleep tips that most parents are completely overlooking. My name is Sarah Bossio, and as the lead certified pediatric sleep expert at Your Zen Baby Sleep, I have helped over 650 families find the sleep that they need. I am so excited that you have found me here today, and I can't wait to be a help for your family too. Tip number 1, put your baby or toddler or preschooler to bed earlier. I know this sounds very opposite of what common sense would tell you, especially your boomer parents who probably have said, keep them up later. It means that they'll sleep better. It means they'll sleep later in the morning. Don't let them nap. Staying awake longer, they'll be more exhausted. This is the exact opposite of what will happen to your child. So opting for an earlier bedtime can be so helpful. The reason why our babies wake up frequently throughout the night could be related to overtiredness, among several other reasons. In order to combat overtiredness, bringing bedtime earlier, even by 15 or 30 minutes, can make a huge difference in the way that your overnight is looking. I want you to try this for about a week or 2, understanding that changes take time for the body to adjust to. It's not going to be a magical quick fix. Nothing in child development is. But if your bedtime is at 8 o'clock, try to bring it down to 7:30. And when you see the results, I know that you're going to be happy. And the bonus is you'll have a little bit more time for you and yourself at the end of the night. I love rocking the internet with my second tip, which is stop using wake windows. I know that they're viral. I used them myself with both of my kids before I was a certified sleep consultant. And I could never understand why their naps sucked. And I never understood why I couldn't nail down bedtime and why I was constantly experiencing 5:15 wakings. And I kind of just dealt with it because all of the blog articles kept telling me to use 3 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes. It was so frustrating until I received my certification. And I remember sitting in that class and our professor coming to class and saying, okay, we're gonna talk about the schedules today. And I was so excited. I was ready to learn the key, the magic that I was missing for all of those years as to why I couldn't get my kids to nap until they dropped to 1 nap. And they said, you shouldn't be using wake windows. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe that I just spent all this money. It's a scam. And I'm happy I stuck it out because what they taught me made so much sense. Wake windows actually have no scientific research. It's literally one of the most viral concepts in baby sleep. They don't know where they started. My oldest is 9 and they were viral when my oldest was napping and I was using wake windows. They were popular way before that. Very popular and viral sleep consultants also preach wake windows up to a certain point, and parents get fixated on this. The problem with wake windows is that unless somebody professional is looking at them and your individual child and their sleep habits as a whole, some babies have a hard time adjusting to a wake window because your body doesn't run on these arbitrary stay awake for 3 hours and then sleep, stay awake for 4 hours and then sleep. Your body runs on a clock. It runs on a 24-hour biological clock. That's our circadian rhythm. So once the body is 4 months old, once your baby is about 16 or 17 weeks, that rhythm turns on. This circadian rhythm dictates our sleep, our digestion, our immune system, our hormones, our cardiovascular system, and it will produce sleepy hormones at set times during the day. Imagine if you're offering baby a nap at these arbitrary wake windows that are actually at times when the hormone cortisol, our awake hormone, is being produced. It's gonna be really hard for them to sleep during the day, or they're gonna take a crappy nap or a low quality sleep nap, and that's gonna directly affect their ability to sleep for long stretches at night. In turn, if we decide to offer biologically appropriate sleep times, so napping them at the times when we know the melatonin in our system is being naturally produced, then we know that our baby is going to fall asleep easily, sleep longer, take a deep quality sleep, deep non-REM sleep that is going to positively affect their bedtime outcomes. After After the age of 4 months, please start to shift away from wake windows, ignore the viral concepts of them, and be rooted in the science and the research and the biology of what your baby has internally to dictate their nap schedule. Tip number 3, forget about drowsy but awake. I hate it. It's awful. I think it's the most elusive piece of advice in the sleep consulting world. What is drowsy? What is drowsy but awake? Like, how do we have both terms at the same time? I want you to put your child in their crib completely awake. I want them to be aware that you are saying, I love you and I'm so confident that you can do this, and it is your turn to sleep. It's your job to put yourself to sleep. And from that state, they are going to be comfortable and confident that as they transition through the multiple sleep cycles that we all transition through frequently throughout the night, they're in the same spot as where they went to sleep. They won't be startled that they fell asleep in somebody's arms and when they woke up, they were in this crib. That's alarming. And when they do wake up and they are alarmed, that's why they're crying out for you every 2 or 3 hours. It's not necessarily because they're hungry, unless they do need a night feed, and that's where I want you to consult with your pediatrician, but it's probably because they just don't know where they are, and their fight or flight system, it's doing its job, turning on and saying, you're not safe. You're not in the spot you were when you fell asleep, and you need to get back to that spot. And that's where you come into play, going back in, rocking, and putting back in, and so the cycle repeats. This can happen even if your child is drowsy. Drowsy means half asleep, and half asleep is so subjective. The key to this is putting your baby in awake, putting your toddler in awake, walking out of your toddler's room as they are awake. When we do this, we are going to then be encountering the world of sleep training. And from this point on, we need to choose a sleep training method that is comfortable for your family when you are comfortable and ready to sleep train your child. Please know that it does not mean cry it out or full extinction. There are other methods that allow you to be more involved in the method of teaching your child independent sleep habits, but I promise you I have not had one family yet come to me and say they regretted teaching their child independent sleep. I would love to know which of these 3 tips was your favorite, or maybe which one was the most surprising. Tell me in the comments below, and on your way down, give the video a like and make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you are the first to know about the latest sleep tips. As always, from my living room to yours, thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you again next time.